Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are talking about the lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra occurring on the 25th of March of 2024. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Of course, I'm always grateful for every single one of you. If you do find that you enjoy the content that I create and that I post here, please do take a moment to press that like button there. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and that way you can see more of my content at the forefront for you. Leave a comment down below as well. How is this eclipse working out for you? What do you've got going on? This is some big energy, so we're going to talk about that today. We're going to get the overall energy that this eclipse brings, and then we're going to pull out cards for your specific sign and see what area is highlighted the most. So lunar eclipses, what are they? Well, they're associated with the full moon. Full moon energy brings completion, brings things to harvest, can bring about manifestations into your world. They can bring endings. They can also bring deep spiritual insights. Your intuition might be very much heightened at this time, but eclipses themselves can bring about some chaotic energy. This can bring about an amplification of energy. This can be where things get a little bit unpredictable. We can have things come back into our lives. Sometimes we might get something that shows up again, which is when we thought we were done with it, whether it's people, whether it's memories, whatever that happens to be. But it's a great opportunity there to really get to the root, get to the heart of the matter, cleanse, purge, and make a final decision on things. Now, this energy brings with it, this eclipse brings the energy of Libra. Libra energy really is a focus on relationships of all kinds. Personal relationships, romantic, professional relationships here as well. This is a time when happiness with our partners can blossom, where everything you love about intimate partnerships, about your partnerships, your friendships, can really come to the forefront for you. And this can bring you a sense of fulfillment. If you're single, you might be meeting someone new around this time. If you are with someone, you might find that you get suddenly engaged. So if you've been feeling like a relationship has been a little bit stagnant, this can be where something shifts for you in a really positive way. Your business partnerships can prosper. You may start some new business ships or business partnerships, and you may even hash out some sort of deal. On the flip side, because it is full moon energy, this can bring about endings to things. So some of you could have something that really, if it hasn't been going your way, if it hasn't been fulfilling for you on some level, this can be like kind of that do or die moment, like now or never. Either we make a decision, we move forward, we blossom, we grow, or we walk away. So this can be a big time here when people change jobs. This season of the year is when a lot of relationships go through a lot of changes, and this eclipse can really help you to propel things forward, whatever that looks like, because even an ending is about propelling us forward. This eclipse is a south node eclipse, and if we look back to the solar eclipse that we had in the sign of Libra in October of 2023, this is a culmination of that cycle, and that was a south node eclipse, and so is this one. And the south node energy is about our karmic paths. This can be about our past and releasing that past, moving over. This can be about getting out of your comfort zone. This can be about recognizing what patterns and habits that we tend to fall into. And the full moon energy is a great time to bring about a separation of those things and to move forward in a better, a healthier, and perhaps a more exciting way. Libra energy also does have to do with the law and legalities. So if you've been dealing with a legal situation, this can be where things wrap up for you. But at the same time, because this is about relationships and full moons can bring endings, this can be where people are taking legal action to legally separate from a person, whether it's business or whether it's romantic, right? So it can bring about some challenges here. Full moons do tend to carry a little bit of emotions, right? So this Libran eclipse is happening at 5 degrees. So if you have any planetary placements within 3 to 7 degrees per se of Libra, this is going to impact you the most. Same thing if you're an air sign, right? It's air energy here. Quick action, quick thinking can come in here, and also some deep thoughts can happen for you here. Check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Okay, so you could have those planetary placements there in your birth chart. All right, regardless of what your sun sign is, check out your rising and your moon. You may also want to check out your Venus sign readings as well, okay, all four, just to get the big picture, because at this eclipse, we also have a conjunction between Saturn. Saturn, of course, is our really fun planet of lessons, of, very challenging life lessons, discipline, fears, ambitions, but also structure. And it is the planet of karma, right? So you could be clearing out some karmic cycles, or you could be attracting some really positive karma into you, because a conjunction is a positive aspect. And this can bring an amplification of things, which may be a little bit challenging emotionally for some of you. But this can also be a blending of things together. This can be where we take some action on things, where we project ourselves forward. And this can really be about getting ourselves in the flow. And of course, we love the energy of Venus. Venus is wonderful. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So we kind of have a double dose of Venus energy at this time. And Venus does, of course, bring about the energy of love. And this is love of self, love of others, love of what you do, learning to love even the challenges that you have overcome. And some of you might even be learning to love again on some bigger scale, bigger capacity. Venus also does bring us resources, new beginnings, creativity, and brings a really harmonious energy to our relationships. So even if you do find that there's something that you're walking away from, know that one chapter may be closing for you, but another one is opening for you at the same time. So this can be a very freeing energy for you. And of course, this is going to lead us into the solar eclipse in Aries, which is coming in very hot and heavy at the beginning of April. And so 2 weeks from now, or 2 weeks from the lunar eclipse, we've got that solar eclipse. So where we have the lunar eclipse can bring about ending of a cycle, the Aries solar eclipse is about rebuilding and about taking the next steps forward. So this is a very transformative time for us, but it can be very exciting for you as well. And again, it can be about a big release. So with having said all of that, a little bit of a mouthful, having said all of that, we're going to get into your sign. So check out if you're watching the full video, check out the timestamps down below. If you're watching this video, also check out, I'm going to put a link to your personal solar eclipse down below that we had in Libra in October, so that you can easily go back and reference that energy. So good luck in this eclipse. Get grounded in your energy. It can be a really good time just to take a step back and engage in some meditation. I likely wouldn't do, at eclipses, I wouldn't do manifestations at this time necessarily, because the energy is chaotic and unpredictable when we have eclipses. And so we don't want to attract that energy. It's not that you can't manifest at this time. If you feel really comfortable, go for it. It's just that sometimes our manifestations that we do set intentions for at eclipses, they can be short-lived, or they can be really good and then kind of turn a little bit topsy-turvy. Okay, and that might not be what you're looking for. That might be you want something a little more stable. So take this time to reflect and to focus on relationships and to focus on yourself and love and care and wrapping things up, or look forward to the future to start something new. So I hope you guys have a wonderful eclipse, and I will see you guys a little bit later, but we're going to get into your individual readings right now. Scorpio, welcome to your lunar eclipse in Libra reading. This is happening in your 12th astrological house. Woo, okay, there might be some big things coming to an end here, or coming to fruition, depending on what you've got going on. The 12th house is ruled by Pisces and Neptune. So there could be some secrets that come to light, something that may be revealed to you, or you might be revealing to the world at this time. The 12th house has to do with your karma. So you could be coming to the end of a karmic cycle, a successful one, hopefully at that. And this can have to do with your dreams. It's a very spiritual energy here as well, very spiritual, psychological. So you could be gaining some spiritual insights. You could be getting some epiphanies at this time. You might really be feeling a little bit of mystical, magical energy at this full moon. But this also does have to do with what is hidden. And so in the energy of what is hidden, okay, you could be doing a little bit of shadow work, some healing, right? And you could also be maybe kind of, I don't know, embracing a little bit of magic within you to make some dreams and goals come true, because we do have some wonderful energy here of the 5th house. Now, Saturn and Venus are conjunct in your 5th house, and this is ruled by the Sun and Leo. So it's almost like you might be feeling a little bit of a tug. Okay, because the 12th house, we tend to go within, we tend to be a little bit private, and in our 5th house, we tend to be very much engaged in fun and pleasure and joy and creative projects and endeavors and love and romance. We're having fun. We're getting ourselves out there. So it's like you might have a little bit of a conundrum on your hands, but it's not that much. It's not that bad of one, right? It's like, things could be worse. So it can be where, you want to get out there, you're getting invitations, you might be feeling more sociable, but there's also this need to be quiet and be still with that 12th house energy. So you might need to find a balance between the two, Libra energy, finding a balance. Okay, you might need to do that. You might need to make a conscious effort to put aside some time for yourself to have a little bit of alone time while also getting out and having fun. Now, this can be a very playful energy for you, right? With this 5th house energy coming in. So this can be a time where maybe you are making a little bit more room for some more fun and love and laughter in your life in some way. Maybe you're making a little bit more room in your world for creative projects and endeavors. Now, for some of you here, perhaps your way of being creative is by sprucing up your house a little bit. And, so instead of you going out, maybe you invite people in to help you out, or maybe you have like a paint party or something like that with some people. But this can be a very positive, very playful, very optimistic kind of full moon for you. But yes, don't forget, we do have this 12th house for you there. So there's a little bit of mystery in the air for you guys. We have focus energy here. We've got a butterfly coming in there symbolizing a metamorphosis, a transformation, changes here for you. The focus energy is about focusing on what you want, focusing on your goals, your dreams, focus on what you want to create in your life, focus on where you need more balance and harmony in your world. But I feel like there's a little bit of clarity coming in here for you with this. So do find that little bit of quiet space for yourself, just to quiet your conscious mind, just to connect and step into the flow of energy. You might get some really deep insights. I think you might be gaining some wisdom at this moon, at this lunation as well. And this can really help you to release, help you transform, and help you move forward. But this is this big spiritual transformation that can be coming in here for you at this time as well. Very 12th house in its energy here. So this can be where you maybe recognize some signs, maybe you are recognizing some guidance, but you might be getting a lot of signs at this time, whether they are butterflies, maybe repeating numbers. It could come through the power of your dreams. Okay, if something catches your attention, catches your eye, don't just dismiss something as a coincidence, because it caught your eye for a reason. So take that step back and think about, if you see repeating numbers, maybe you see a whole bunch of 5s, maybe you see 12, 12, maybe you see this is card 14. So maybe you see 14s, 1s and 4s, whatever it is that you see that catches your eye, just stop for a minute. What were you thinking? What were you doing? Where were your thoughts? Where were your emotions? Where was your energy at that time? What were you doing? Because recognizing those things can help you put the puzzle piece together as to what that sign, that symbol means for you in that moment. It can really help you unlock some deep insights there. So focus is the key, but open your mind and be ready for some changes, because 12th house, end of a cycle, you're ready to step into a new one. We have the 6 of Wands here for you, the 7 of Wands, and we have the 10 of Wands. So I do feel like here your journey to success has not been without its trials and tribulations, but you have the power within to achieve what you set out to achieve. The 6 of Wands is a really positive card. It's one of stepping into the spotlight. It's one of being successful, being recognized for a job well done, being recognized for your achievements. It's one of putting yourself out in the world and reaping the rewards. It's one of overcoming challenges and obstacles. The 7 of Wands here is a positive card also. It's one of stepping into your personal power, being confident, facing things head on, not letting anything derail you. And the 10 of Wands, same, is similar kind of thing, right? It shows you that no matter what happens in your life, no matter where you've been, no matter what challenges you face, you continue to persevere. One foot in front of the other is the way forward to achieve your goals, your dreams. Now, for some of you here, this is Spirit really giving you a big pat on the back with this 12th house energy, saying, yes, you have had some accomplishments. You have had opportunities here and instances where you've had to stand up for yourself, where you've had to draw the line in the sand, where you've had to, really just face issues head on, but you don't run from a challenge, right? You deal with things. Maybe sometimes you feel like you want to give up, but you don't. That 10 of Wands, you persevere and you see things through to completion. So this can be the end of a fairly challenging cycle for some of you. You had successes, you've had some challenges, you've gained strength and wisdom and insight here, and here you are at the end of the line, at the end of the road. 12th house energy. Get ready to open yourself up to new experiences, new opportunities, right? And a lot of personal growth here also. I feel like here some of you are clearing out some blocks and obstacles at this time as well with this 12th house energy. It's going to be a really important time for you to do some cord cutting rituals, things like that. Maybe it's candle work, maybe it's meditation for you, whatever that happens to be. This can be an important time for you here as well. But I'm also getting a message here for you that you do need to go be a little bit more cautious as you head into the next cycle. And this might be what you're recognizing as well, is that with the 10 of Wands energy, you may tend to take on responsibilities that aren't necessarily yours. You're carrying a burden. You're carrying responsibilities that maybe you don't need to carry. And with this Libran energy that's here with this eclipse, this is saying, what do I need to eclipse out of my life? What do I need to change in order for me to get back to the 6 of Wands energy and feel like I can conquer the world, get into the 7 of Wands energy that I feel like no matter what happens in my life, I've got this. I've got this in the bag. I can overcome anything instead of feeling defeated and tired and run ragged and overwhelmed with the 10 of Wands energy. Where do I need to put up boundaries? 7 of Wands, this can be where you really do stand in your personal power. You say, no, this is how much I'm willing to take on. You need to do your end of the bargain. You need to take on your responsibilities. And this does happen in relationships. It can happen in your work life. It can happen in your personal life, right? Where, sometimes it's just that energy of, you know what, I just may as well do it myself. It'll be faster. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but at what cost with the 10 of Wands, right? Or, you know what, don't worry about it. I can do it better. Maybe it's not what you say out loud, but it might be the internal energy, right? But you have to allow people to take on their responsibility. You can't to carry this weight, this burden with the 10 of Wands forever. So the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Wands are really encouraging you here in this energy to recognize where that line in the sand needs to be. To recognize that even though you're capable, 10 of Wands, of carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, of taking on a heavy workload or great responsibility, right? You don't need to. Where do you need to delegate authority? Where do you need to delegate responsibility? And where do you need to say no? So you could be really gaining those deep insights here. So little pearls of life wisdom that come in there for you, right? You might be really recognizing that just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? Just because you're capable doesn't mean you have to. So this can be where you are really going to be experiencing some big shifts in how you deal with people and relationships and responsibilities in your life. And what does this do? Gives you more time for creative projects, for fun, for joy, fifth house energy, for pleasure, right? Rather than always feeling like you got a monkey on your back weighing you down. Big life lesson I feel there for you guys, for some of you, all right? Remember, one day at a time, one step at a time. You know, the world wasn't created in a day, and you're not going to, you know, necessarily change things around in one particular day. Just take those little baby steps. We have here as well, leisure and sport, participate and have fun. Well, would you look at that, okay? Repeating messages coming in here, very fifth house energy. Where do you want to have more time and energy for fun, for exercise, right? You know, for socialization, for getting yourself out there. You're being very encouraged here to embrace more love, laughter, joy, fun, happiness, romance, and physical activity in your life to participate, to get yourself out into the world, right? Because this is heavy energy here. We don't want that, right? We want you to have that time. Life is meant to be, even if we're carrying big karmic contracts and things like that, big purpose of our life, sometimes we're not. And sometimes we need to remember that part of being human is also having fun while we do things as well. So it's all about that balance. And when things are not in balance, we end up in this 10 of Wands energy, and we don't want to live there. It's fine for temporary. It's fine if we got some personal goal that we've been working towards, but we don't want to live in that energy. It's not good for anyone, and it's definitely not good for you. So think about how you can embrace, how you can incorporate more fun, more activity, and more socialization, participation in your world. You will be rewarded for that in a million ways. Those are your messages there, Scorpio. I thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful eclipse. I will see you guys on the solar eclipse in Aries 1 that's coming up. And in the meantime, have a good one. See you later. Bye.